What's happening, guys? Venomous here. I got a brand new OTGT for you right now. This time I'm doing a review of the game that, I've actually had a chance to actually sit down and play. It came out not too long ago. I'm talking about Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, as you guys could see there. Check out the back right now. It's got two languages on the back. I think the bottom language is French, while the top is English, so it's pretty interesting. You've seen that in a couple Xbox 360 games lately. That they're doing this. But anyway, Enslaved is actually a pretty cool game, I have to say. Surprisingly, I didn't know what to expect when I actually first started playing this. I knew it was going to be about a man and a woman, and it was kind of, an action game, a lot of fighting and stuff involving robots and humanity's demise and stuff like that. So I knew a little bit of backstory about it, but as far as gameplay and how fun it was going to be, I had no idea what to expect. So when I actually first started playing, it was pretty interesting to see, the first level had a lot of action, a lot going for it right from the get-go, because the tutorial level is kind of like pretty much, your main character, whose name is Monkey. He looks kind of like, and is a little bit of a nod to Goku from from either Dragon Ball Z, or I forgot the actual official Japanese name of the legend, but this old Monkey King / monkey, type of man, that fights with a kind of, pole, very similar to what you see in something like Dragon Ball Z. Is this guy kind of fights the same way, and to kind of play on the whole actual name of himself, Monkey or whatever, he has this little I want to say, little kind of like, I want to say bandana or a type of like cloth that hangs, right behind him. So as he's moving, he actually, the cloth like floating around actually looks like his actual tail, while it's actually not. But it kind of, has that little subtext right there for, for everybody to see. But overall, back to what I was saying, right from the get-go, as you're fighting the tutorial level, when you're playing as Monkey, learning all the different attacks, the actions of what Monkey can do and stuff like that, you're in this cruiser. It's kind of like a prison cruiser or some type of jail cruiser or whatnot, where he's imprisoned in. And, he plans his escape. So as you're running through the entire place, the whole, ship is going down. So you have these actual kind of, little events or little sections of the gameplay during the course of the level where you're kind of traversing the side of the ship, and you're actually seeing the ground below you. Since you're so high up in the air, kind of speed right below you. You get the sense, of depth here that's so extreme, a sense of oh my God, if I mess up one jump, or I mess up, slip up even once off the side of a cliff, I'm just going to drop down 20,000 feet or what. It's pretty crazy. But besides that, the combat's pretty cool. The combat was surprisingly fun. It's interesting. It changes up every once in a while, as you go through the entire game. You have great, power pole attacks, straight up from, to me, looks exactly like Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball series, with little Goku. I kept thinking about that every time I was playing this game. But the attacks in this game are pretty cool. Monkey does some amazing things, with his power pole. What else is pretty cool? The enemies that you're actually fighting are robots. It's kind of like this whole thing is pretty much, humanity is enslaved by this, I guess, robot race. And I wasn't really quite clear if they were actually created by humans or whatnot, but pretty much humans are pretty much on the verge of extinction. They're pretty much enslaved, quote unquote, pun intended, by these robots. And pretty much as you're going through, these robots are just trying to kill you right from the get-go. And you eventually run into this girl who pretty much, you save at one point, and, she kind of tags along and helps you out as you go through the course of the game. So it was pretty cool. It was a good story, great combat, great special effects, It's like I said, the thing on the cruiser. There's also a couple other neat little explosions here and there. The boss fights are pretty cool. The boss fights are actually kind of interesting, because they make you think about different ways of how to actually kill the particular boss that you're actually fighting. Because you can't necessarily just go in there and just smash them up. You have to think of creative ways to do it. Like the first boss, without giving too much away, you have to use its own power against it in the most creative, slick of ways that you could possibly think of. So anyway, this game is a pretty damn good, decent play. I'm hesitant to say maybe it's a great buy, because it is, it's got some length to it, here and there, but many people might not be too crazy about the story unless you really kind of sit down and give it the time that it deserves. So I would say maybe it's a good rent. But overall, you guys at one point should definitely probably check this out. At least give it a playthrough if you do get a chance to rent it, because it is pretty good and does deserve, some good credit for it, for what you're getting in this package. So anyway, That's just my thoughts on the whole matter, guys. Leave your comments or video responses. I don't mind. Just keep it civil. Let me know what you guys think when you played this game. You know, if you think it's as good or it sucks or whatnot. Put it right here in the comments section, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Venomous is out. That was only the goddamn truth. Talk to you guys later.